We have seen so much Lotus already here in Valorant Game Changer Series 3, and we have seen so many rounds on Lotus. This is always the map that goes the distance, and Evil Geniuses, Misfits, not gonna be any exception to that, but Riv, in the end, Evil Genius is just managing to squeak ahead by a hair to take the first map.
They did. It's a win for EG, but it still felt like such a balanced game across the board. The way that they were playing, the fact that Misfits had such good retakes, and then EG kind of brought the same in there, and they were giving each other a lot of trouble from the defensive side. I don't think it'll be any different from the side of once we get to Haven. The map play is not the same, but the rotation, the way that the team works around each other, and the calls, I think, play similar. So I feel like we're gonna get another one, and I am so ready for more OTs. Vans and I had some yesterday, got some today. OTs on the menu.
Right? Some good stuff coming out. We got all of the good stuff in this game too. We got to see just how coordinated and balanced these teams look, but also we got a couple of those individual hero plays coming out just at the perfect moments, Gompers. Just those moments to really keep us at the edge of our seats. Like, oh my gosh, this player is good. They're correct out here.
I honestly, I do gotta say, I really love the slow-mo moment of that blast pack. It felt very dramatic, but it was a lot. Yeah, like there were a lot of those moments. And I would say, like, what caught me by surprise is like the fact that near the end, EG just started playing a bit more passive, but also aggressive as well. Like we got to see, the lurk up towards, I believe it was C site, where they just sat there and waited for 3 players to just walk on by from Misfits. And that to me was the most surprising. It's like they made that internal decision that if they can't get win those first engagements, they're going to have to force them. And that is probably one of the biggest things that I really did admire from EG there.
Yeah, EG, I mean, we haven't really gotten to see too much of them yet in Valorant Game Changers 3, but had to expect that what we did get to see it was just going to be nothing short of just fantastic in this. And someone who we did get to talk about before the match was Keansy. I think we need to bring them up again, but in comparison to Edith as well, because both of these duelists were popping off Riv on the match. And I mean, when it is a match that is the slimmest of margins, like a 16-14, I think both are being warranted to talk about.
This was an awesome match. Whenever you get duelists on the map, you want them going head to head and a back and forth, whether they're going against each other or trying to carry their team. Both raises were at the top. We saw Keansy with some amazing plays into ult. Edith as well. I think Edith had really good placement on nades, understanding of what that did to Evil Geniuses and the rest of their team, and how Misfits was use that to break into sites and get in there pivotally.
Yeah, and I feel like, too, especially when there is such strong players holding down the sites, the Raze is being able to make that push in. I mean, there are some great showstopper moments. Even Edith, just the one showstopper, blast packed right over that little box top of the box. Just little moments like that to give them the edge is so good. And I'm excited to see the duelists on our next map of choice here in our series, which is going to be Haven. Haven also a map that can lend itself to some chaos. This is going to be Evil Genius's pick up here at Gump, but it's a map that both teams seem quite comfortable with.
Yeah, and I think this is where things start to get exciting as well. We talk about Haven and, the comfort is there, but it's looking a little bit different for both sides. We saw that head-to-head with the duelist. We probably won't get to see the Raze on Raze anymore. I'm excited because Keansy might be pulling out that jet, and that to me is where things start to get exciting. The comfort pick, the pick that has led Keansy to that top spot within Game Changers so far and has led them to be such a valuable player is exactly what this game needs. And I think this is where EG are going to start to make like a really huge run.
That's terrifying to talk about. You're talking about a Keansy that just dropped 31 kills on our previous map and just popping off, and now you're like, oh yeah, as soon as they're on their comfort pick, we'll see more. What more can you ask for?
We have both of these duelists on their lap Haven dropping over 20 each, so on their jet and Raze respectively. So I think we get it again. I think they both go hard. They know how to use the verticality of their agents, and on Haven, that's something they can easily play to. I think we get some opping too. I can't wait. We saw Panday with an op. We know that there's ops that come out for Keansy. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So excited, and even if it'll be a little bit of a switch up in our duelists in terms of the much exactly. I'm not expecting too much else to be changing here as we head into our agent select to get ready for map number 2.
Oh gosh, agent selection exactly as it was intended. A jet and a raise, but we are seeing something very different here. I mean, for Misfits Black, it is that double initiator composition being brought out again. But then again, you know, EG taking a different approach there. Not a lot of flashes, but again, a lot of information.
Yeah, they'll be able to come in hard over the top of those darts. I think Lori plays and can even fake from pretty far away. Sova's drone a little bit shorter now, so they have to be figuring out how to use that effectively, but still loving the Sova. And Sova does feel at home on him, I think. So that should be pretty good. Both are bringing the breaches, so yeah, flashes have to be used effectively, at least on the side of Evil Geniuses, because you turn a few and you dodge the paranoia, you're going to see where they're coming from. But it looks like Misfits Black, again, a really big retake composition, even though they're starting on attack. I think both teams are going to find themselves getting their points on defense again here, even though we're attack-sided. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling. We're getting into game, though. EG versus Misfits. Game number 2. Bring on the OT.
The excitement. This is what we've been waiting for. The decider. Maybe not. I feel like I'm not going to jinx it either. So I'll keep my thoughts to myself here. Keeping it down to EG versus Misfits. And again, chance of redemption here for Misfits. We've seen Edith on the raise. It's looked spectacular down on Lotus. And I do think with the equipment, like, there is a lot of damage util there. So, you know, if you're going against Keensey, there's a lot of potential to really hold that back. So if that raise is played well, could it work out for the best here and take out that top spot?
One of the things that plagued Misfits when they did get to Haven in their first match was that second round, that thrifty that they were not able to grab versus a reverse 7. Hopefully getting all the bonus on this one. They'll go straight through. Pretty peppered by utility at this point, but nobody's taking too much damage. Slow rotations now out of EG. And Misfits, this is kind of an adventure. It's like, all right, if Edith and Panday can get a kill, maybe we move, but we still have 3 towards A to make the original play happen if the side play doesn't work. So now back to the original play of the round. And that lurk's still going to be there from Panday. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, but a pistol round too. So, you know, when you're looking at Misfits, biggest tension.
Standing ahead.
Not a lot of tension though left on site. Only thing you can really do here is, again, use those shock darts to your advantage. Seeming like that's exactly what Harley already getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Not a lot of things you can do there, other than kind of hope for the best. Still tons of damage made, but heals coming off there from Pacey.
This lurk from Panday still a nuisance as EG tries to get back into sight. Bounced out.
Still moving back. Edith, right click still done. And again, we got to see a lot of right clicks there on Lotus. Seem to be working out maybe just a bit better there. OEG still on the workup. Drop down to no damage. Pretty much over. They can't defend.
Keensey turning around to check big flank that fast. Like, I know who you are, Panday. It's exactly what that said. Just instant. The team had sourced almost every angle already, and why not? It's going to be the lurk at that point. Really good call. Great defuse. Great retake. Evil Geniuses grab first round, and that was solid. They were not thrown by any of that garage noise that we saw Misfits try to make. It will be a sheriff for Panday, feeling good. They can get a laser beam headshot on somebody. Look at this. Already set up on the other side of sewer just to get the fault line immediately. Here comes the peek. Oh, and a kill. Setting them up, knocking them down. Easy tried and true breach play you're going to be getting out of Haven. Expect that to come from Misfits too, for sure. Now what do they do? Hello.
Yeah, but I'm liking the partnership now that we got to see. The
Yeah,
beginning.
fellowship here to be.
Yeah. Oh.
Spike planted.
And then the peak's working out just fine, but EG pretty much is a round win taken in, everybody down. Nothing left to say about it there from Misfits. It's working out in a different direction, though, because it was Misfits winning out that pistol round down on Lotus, so getting a taste of that medicine.
No Thrifties here coming in just yet, at least. And Starbound is being fed orbs. So expect this to be a very early lockdown from Killjoy. 3 kills there, given the defuse as well. Really big. Carly's actually pretty close too, so that may be focused here. So Misfits can have
Right here.
an ace in the hole for one of these rounds coming up. I wonder if Lori just lives the day. That is the Sova.
Right there.
Dart over, protect orb at first, clear lobby. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, Misfits is going to be forced to teleport across if they do want it. But Power Pixel's moving around from round to round. Fault line C, fault line A. Giving Misfits something to think about here and worry about if they want to run.
Scout destroyed.
Different approach this time, though. Oh, EG holding a cross, which might be deadly. Moving up towards here. Misfits still working this around. Could actually pick up a Vandal if they can secure something bigger. Keep the, unfortunately, push out through smoke. Not necessarily the best angle. Leaving this down to a 2v3. There's a huge possibility here. And then smoke goes down. Never mind. Tons of util just pushing this back. And Thea has no say in the matter.
Almost.
Okay.
Just creeping out.
Yep.
Harley with 3. Oh my gosh, now. That Rolling Thunder 1 away. Did they go C for it? I don't know if they have any clear. Oh, they do have Slandy. They can put a quick smoke up, try to one-way and play for the orb. But it looks like they're focusing towards A. I feel like going after Lori might be what they try to do here. Making sure Lori gets pushed back, dart a few times, and then out of position, because Sova always needs to be in a position to get those darts out. He'll always be a little bit deeper, more forward in the sight to make that happen. You see him getting out, Lori getting out right away. Saying, not this time. I see a lot of people running through. Leave that up to the people with utility.
Scout destroyed.
This push from Misfits again towards A, though. They're going to pressure this pretty hard.
Fault line, though, to push back. And Power Pixel has been, like, such a great breach so far, I will have to say. Each and every time they've tried to engage for Misfits, it's been a stunt to take a couple players in.
They use it very smart. And definitely in the mentality, you got to use it to get it back, right? Countdown doesn't come back, and you're not going to be effective if you don't try a few. So I do like how much Power Pixel is using Fault Line, just kind of in the fact that it might give them a return on investment. Gonna see one coming back up here probably a few seconds. Yep, it just popped. Instant. That one came from Misfits.
Ooh. Yeah, legs already being taken away too. I'm seeing those shots. Tons of util expended outward. Starbound playing with it. Again, liking that teamwork. EG down in smoke. They managed to meet each other halfway. So EG 3v2 Keatsy with the up now, trying to do anything in their power. But that fault line, that rolling thunder pushback from Carly, it's actually going to be great. They don't know. Working around the back. Have information. The timing is risky. Actually puts them in a bad spot here. It's up to Slandy to take things in. And then a 3v1 isn't so easy.
Hit it with the double swing. Swing, stop, swing. It's like a playground out here. Look at him. Operator, Blade, Storm, and they still find Panday on the lurk. This time it's Lori that turns around just in time to get that lurker. Panday cannot find anything, and I think that is actually not to Panday's fault. That's what Misfits is relying on. EG just has such a good read on it. It's such an important player to keep somebody from EG distracted, fighting with me maybe, or have that lurk from Panday, and it just keeps falling flat. So props to EG for being able to sniff that out every round. 3 defuse. EG does not like their site being taken. Starbound is one off of all. Lori's there as well. Just grabbed it at long. This is the first time they've pushed up and had this much control of the map here. So Misfits is going to have to do something at B or C. They can't go back now.
Hey, they're lucky they kept their smokes, though. Still having that for sure. Oh, man. Slandy. It was a risky play. No punishment just yet. They're going to have to smoke things off and maybe give away that B site. But entry looking good off Edith. Now the smokes come in. Keensey with the flank here. It actually worked out. Damage is there. Oh, they're so lucky they can run away with this one.
What in the what?
Keensey is absolutely insane. Still on the work up here. Now finally, they've had that backup start to come along, chasing and wanting the blood of every single player left down on Misfits. Bladestorm was an absolute demon in the presence of Keensey. And again, listen, I'm not saying it, but I'm also saying it. That jet is absolutely insane.
You said it'd be scary once we got onto that main role of the jet, or main agent. Instead of the Rays, we're still watching that competition between the two. If it's gonna happen this game, Edith did have, like I said, trouble in that first Haven game, and it's to the detriment or to the troubles that the opposing team gives Edith, right? Like, making sure they take them down, giving Edith a hard time. And yeah, Keensey's doing that right now. Also, that Bladestorm on the jump into entry B, incredible stuff. So yeah, Keensey's feeling it. Things like that, that little aura that they know. You see Keensey, and there'll definitely be a double or triple peak. Back up if you don't hit your first shot, kind of mentality going on. So Misfits is gonna time out. We're gonna relax and figure out what is happening. Because like we came into this, I said, yeah, Haven's attack, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of what we get here from the defensive side from both of these teams as we did on the last map.
Already getting a lot out of EG too. The comfort on Haven, listen, it feels slightly unmatched so far, especially on the defense. I feel like Power Pixel, despite the fact that they are going 1-3, like the assistance that they've been having for this team in general has been like demonic. And it genuinely shouldn't be like a thing. It's every A site kind of an engagement that Misfits wants to fight. They just keep getting pushed back by that fault line.
I remember, yeah, Keensey had an op with that too, so it wasn't even any patience in the play. There's W op. Power Pixel with the judge again, feeling comfortable with those buys. A little bit of a oopsie. The fault line.
Yeah.
Fault line from both sides, so they actually know that Keensey's doing this. That was Carly's coming back down as a little retort onto the fight. And they're going to back up. Panday's waiting for the team on this lurk, though. They had I liked what Misfits did in Garage in the first round, where they kind of grabbed the attention of Evil Geniuses. But I think they played towards A too quickly to allow that to really formulate into anything, to get anybody out of their original positions. Here, EG is rotated away from B, but they're still guarding C in a crossfire, and this could be bad for the first entry.
Never watched this either. Everybody coming out a bit too late when it comes to Garage, and Misfits losing out that first fight. Starbound, absolutely insane with Hunter Suri preoccupying Misfits. So much going on left on site. The 3v3. Keensey with the op retake. Not going to be the easiest, but if they can find the fight, might be able to run away with it. They're playing hide and seek at this point.
Ooh. Still Panday being a nuisance.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, they've shot. Last box, so much damage. 7 though. Just a couple seconds left. Oh, they still run away with Edith. I don't even think it's possible. Yeah.
Save the operator for Keensey. In a round that comes down to Panday on that bit of a lurk, on that anchor play that they rely on so much. It comes up big. And Misfits have been missing that, as we said before. It's going to be a reason that they pick up that 6th round. And now round number 7. Looks like Carly, we had light buy, or low buy rather, with the armor. Starbound with that lockdown on the ultimate. So not too much is switching up, like we said, for Lori. Staying at A, grabbing orbs on Q when they can. The lobby is clean on A, and it's easy pickings. And here, they'll just do it again. Why not? But that 3 stacked towards A, and really stacked towards A. PowerPixel has control of lower, B, and garage at this point with the length of fault line.
Blinded.
No answer. No reaction,
Yeah.
Goppers. EG's like, yeah, what? All right, we don't see you yet, so we're not moving. Like, it's so patient.
Yeah. They have every right to be too. I mean, you got PowerPixel with full control over B and A, as well as Starbound kind of sitting around C, waiting for that information to be fed straight to them. This is huge. Fault line. Come through at any moment. They've heard the noise now. PowerPixel still preoccupied with B, but Edith with a slow run. Going up towards A. It's a free site for the taking.
Yep. Seeker's out. Who's in? Okay, drone out. Yeah, instead of using Lori, instead of using her
30
abilities to
seconds
figure out what was long A, they back up and they have everything for retake now. They just don't have a flank. That's gonna make it tough.
Oh, but the lockdowns.
Uh-oh.
It's funny. Both of these sides love putting down the lockdowns when the other does as well. It's like Revenge Arc, but actually lockdown being destroyed, coming in a bit too early, so they stall out for some time. A flank from Misfits. Oh, Slam pushing through with the 2 tons of noise being made. Keensey still misses the shot. It comes down to Edith. What can they do? Can they push this through? And Slandy taking another one. Oh, it might just be the case. Paranoia pushed back. They know where they are. They've stalled for enough time. And even then with the op, they're not going to push that.
Incredibly well played from Misfits there, especially switching up the lurker, because you get that global smoke coming in from Omen. At least here you can pretty much reach anywhere you need to go, and that's incredible. They were not expecting Slandy. They see Panday in sight, so the lurker's not there. They need all 5 this time, but that is not the case. Slandy's still on that late lurk. Operator is saved by Keensey. EG gets out with a bit of their money on that round, but not the round itself. And Misfits string 2 together now. So that's got to feel really good. See what they can do as they get into another one. They're finding a groove is super important on Haven. Seeing what your team does and how they react. This is great. I think Misfits just found out we can get a big reaction out of EG if we show it in front of B right away. They're going to go ahead and back up.
Impossible. I don't know what's going on. Either side right now, they try their best there. But some Trailblazer moving forward. But again, 2 players still stacked up on C. B site completely left open. No util. No information. An op still in hand there from Keensey. C site probably one of the most dangerous you're running into. A war zone as it is. Starbound finding a good spot situation and securing itself there. The Omen smoke here kind of saving this team in the process, but unfortunately everybody goes down in seconds, leaving it up to Lori. So peek around the corner, 1v4 situation. Isolation coming through from Carly.
Man, that was really interesting. I think once they got close enough, they understood they could hear that turret on its little ping. And then that close to just receive the breach, receive all the flashes, etc., and you had Carly, a really nice timing to pop out in sight. We saw that, or sorry, somebody at long rather, as Carly was coming out of garage to take down C. Nice collapse, and all from garage for the majority. That's not something you usually see with one person long creeping up. Interesting way to do it. But Misfits finding the way to trick evil geniuses and make these rounds more difficult one after the other. We'll see how EG respond now with this timeout. Seems like they've been organized well. Their retakes look really, really good. And I think that might be the key. Maybe they don't feel as comfortable retaking C because we do not see EG playing outside that site at all. But it may be on the cards.
Yeah, big issue as well. Man, Misfits took it up so far, so it really is just getting used to the playstyle of EG. In the beginning, it was easier. They tended to hit site a lot more frequently, but now they've read into that C. I guess popularity kind of picking over the other. Oh, this is good, though. If Keensey can actually run away with this. First pick moving up towards A. It could work, but nobody really caring about that. Just looking for info.
In control. Yeah, now Lori runs. Across the map. Stacking more towards the other side. Is that up? Has A lobby. They don't have to worry about it at all. All utility now can be focused towards BC. And B is already covered by that alarm bot. So now it's Misfits have to be able to source a bit of information. Maybe even go mid and take out that alarm bot if they can figure out it's there and play the map a bit more. This should alert them a lot. That Lori just owl drone from garage or C area this 1 minute in a round. They've only been at A. And I like that. Yeah, they're going to go back to A. There's been some kind of switch up that puts Lori over to the side.
Yeah, they're going back to A, but they don't see Keensey, and Keensey's still holding the angle. Oh. What a nice smoke to cover this. Crosshair just simply placed on it! The head slightly peeked through, and again it's Keensey with the op. Finding another one. This is where the game changes. EG, they found a way to push this team back, and it has to be with the op. They're from Starbound now, finally. He's finding one for Misfits. They've gotten so many already taken down.
Ooh, towards B now. Panday's lurk again pays off. The key to the round. Do they know, though? Like we said, EG's not moving. Thea still has what is considered a flank from their own side now. Oh my gosh, they might be ready for it. Keensey and they are going to come from the same side. They're just allowing Power Pixel to cause trouble now, along with Lori on the other.
Oh, perfect timing. They know where Panday is.
It's hard to retake with an op, but they're going to try.
Yeah. It still could be good, though. Time taking of the essence. Landy takes in another. And a 2K to, again, leave things a bit more relaxed there from Misfits. It could be, yep, the end of this round. Keensey can't seem to do anything. Misfits, they've taken the lead finally.
A lot of damage done, too, with one person standing every round. This plays in favor of Misfits right now. They have so much money in the bank. 4 rounds, you're getting 2,900 on the loss there for the side of the Geniuses. And yeah, that shot is just something you can't expect that to get by Keensey at all. So this is going to get tougher and tougher for Evil Geniuses. I think they're in a position where this starts to hurt quite a bit. The buy should be there for them this round, albeit low as we see. But again, 2,900 on that. It should be good next round. So can put a little bit of money and investment into this one. But Misfits with a chance to run away with a few rounds here on this lower buy. They just need to avoid Keensey, right? They'll be fine.
It's kind of hard to avoid Keensey. Oh, man. Especially with the work up there. They've gotten like full control over A. I mean, you can only assume what's going to happen next. With the push waiting. Put together. Already aggressive. Touch, yeah. So having tons of future for this engagement.
Scout destroyed.
Not looking
They're
very
playing
good
inside again.
Yeah, that Rolling Thunder is going to work. Oh, actually, it doesn't work out at all. They've hidden down towards the back. Edith is alone. They don't know what's going on. At least at this point, having the paint shell to preoccupy, but still working their way down towards backside. Pixel finds one, and tons of players down on Misfits. What should have worked did not. Oh, that tiny gap.
Oh my. They expected, that was the place that we saw Thea hiding. That's why they were so worried about it. But it was actually, like you said, dropped down off the platform for safety and a quick turnaround. That's a big round. Like we said, money was going to be a little weird for EG. It looks like they were kind of save buying, which would have put them kind of in this mode where you're always enough to buy-ish based on what you're getting. So they saved that off. And they'll be good. 5-5 now. Operator's still alive. Ooh, I did not think there'd be enough distance there to dodge all the damage. Very smart play by Keency. 3 ultimates here for EG. So. No, they didn't look around. Nobody saw that. Neither did Slandy. Still up in heaven, trying to play this smart. EG has 5v4 now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That page shot was pushed perfectly. Oh, from Edith. It's always Edith. Man, just knowing where to put that util. Or to push past. Right now, timing was perfect as Keency used at this point. Still managing to find one somehow. Again, with the up, making the retake easier. Let's go! Oh, Rolling Thunder extended through. This is it. Keency prepared, but not watching underneath. They know somebody's there, and still everybody goes down. It's up to Carly. They do their absolute best. Damage is not on their side.
Yeah, that got dangerous. I think that Rolling Thunder coming in. We all know that fault lines and Rolling Thunders give your opponent more headshot accuracy, as Carly shows for a little bit there.
We lose it anyway.
Crazy stuff coming out and almost a clutch. So Slandy thinks they're up alone. Not a lot of times we've seen Lori play up here either. Lori's down low or back on the stair side. So little movements here. Misfits are really sure about, and that's the way you need to go into a play. But Evil Geniuses is just on the other side of the wall, ready for it. All right, final round of our first half. Those ultimates still ready on the side of EG3, still to use. And these ones will deny Misfits a sight completely if EG wants. Now Thea's back. Thea has returned to Thea's corner. And they may have actually seen that form. They're still looking up. Oh, they're not looking up to the left.
No, not at this point. Smoke covering quite a bit. Yeah, Paranoia backed off of Misfits.
Do they take mid? Do they? Yeah, they do. Mid it is.
He's been pretty popular.
Still looked by Panday. Do they? I don't think they go all the way around. They're waiting for Keency to come forward. But maybe once. Have they done that? Now Keency never pushes forward. So if they want to take B, they almost have to do it now. 30 seconds left. Or they try to go to A from here.
Oh, but this is good. They use everything in cohesion to try to stun lock these players into Lori's ultimate. Doesn't seem to work out, but they're going to run right into Keency. Perfect preparation, missing out on the shot, but Lori there around the back to make it happen. Up to EG at this point, working out in perfection with a 3K. Actually perfect too, yeah. Great coming through from Edith. They could still run away with this one. Flash. Under their isolation. Oh, they're running this down. One-on-one, but around. Wind stall out for time.
Switching sides.
Yeah, great play.
Got a little silly on that one. The last round of the first half, we're like, let's just do something we haven't done. Right? And obviously they know what they're doing as they go into the play, but they did not realize that EG's favorite spot to rotate has been through spawn. So they meet, what, Lori, Keency, and a few others already back where they're buying guns as the rotation to A comes in. So that one plays into EG's favor, just by the way they had been moving around the map on their defensive side. But they do grab 7. Now it's up to EG on the attack side. They have a say where they go, where the power of numbers will be. And it looks like they will be fierce if they play anything like they did at the end of Lotus, where they just started going aggressive and it didn't seem like Misfits could manage. Slow start, but there are 3 friends down at long A waiting patiently. Smoke
Yeah, still
towards
taking
mid.
everything in. This is very quiet. It's been nothing but quiet on Haven.
Right here.
Oh no. Edith is so confident just holding this down. Even then, with the shocker coming through, they don't back off. It just shows the ego that this team has to have in order to win out these fights. Right click's not connecting there for Carly, so they have to go down. Extremely unfortunate, but sight completely cleared out for the opposition. And EG feeling pretty good about themselves at this point.
Should feel good. They're all kind of watching the same way, which makes this tough on the dropout.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah. Nice. It looked really tough. Everybody was watching forward. There was kind of a hold on what was going to come out of sewers, but I think they just left that to a swing if it happened, and EG was able to find everybody. Water falling in. They find themselves a pistol. Could have gone either way, honestly, on that, but it does make it a little harder when they know so many are dropping out of heaven there to get the play made.
Turret out.
All right. We got some marshals out for Keen C. If it's not an op, it's a marshal, Gompers.
Scanning ahead.
Yeah, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised they settled for... Oh, no. Actually, never mind. I guess they kind of expected someone to push up. Edith is not over-aggressing, though. Taking in close angles from Misfits this time.
And there you see quick protocol to push back, garage push, fault line. Still watching angles. And EG, remember Misfits second rounds. They will push, they will buy. It is dangerous, and there's been some thrifties already in this series. And there's one of the push from Tasty down long C. Just this death ball. Family of evil geniuses running around together. And they're I mean, one shot you consider is gonna from the Marshall's gonna take down anybody if they haven't bought light, which they shouldn't have. And everybody's kind of surrounding that, right? Protect Keen C and move forward together.
The dash in. We haven't seen Keenty on the attack yet. You know, will it look as flawless as what the defense was looking like with that? Possibly. Still sticking around, getting close, and pop flash through. Nobody knows. That's still stuck in that back corner. It's starbound.
Ooh.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I like Starbound's confidence. Get the Vandal in. Especially that they played it so far. Like, they actually created a back line there for the Vandal when it happened. Kind of just hiding next to it, protecting it as well. Everybody did a really good job of having a trade or an anchor on whoever they were watching, but crossfiring with. Whoa. We got a dart. We got a dart. Ooh. Mid. Take out this alarm bot? Looks like it. Shablam. Oh, I think I heard it go off. It might have been different. It was brant. It just went off in the sky. Pushing up. So this is actually alters a lot from what we even saw EG playing on attack. Obviously different composition, but no one's really pushed up on A. They're playing inside sight and waiting for the push.
Oh, they've actually dashed down towards back. It would have been a huge play for Keenty if there had been a lot more going through there. Try to grab the attention of Carly. Tons of players on that rotation. And a site not cleared up, unfortunately. There from EG, they're going to have to figure out another way to get themselves some sort of engagement.
Misfits are not playing the retake this time.
No.
That's surprising. Their Lotus game was take the site, EG, you can have it, and we'll get it back. This time, they said, you aren't getting anything.
Now they still stick around.
30 seconds left.
Slightly surprising. Headshot, no problem. Back in Misfits. Still having so many players. Left for the taking, 2v2. Oh, Carly's wrapped around the back. They've made noise though! Carly, absolutely insane.
Bloop, bloop. Line them up. Nicely done there.
Yeah.
So they pull up the bonus round. It almost got a little sketchy, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
EG did a hell of a lot of damage there, so Misfits kind of limp out of that one. And it will cost quite a bit of money to get that back power back into play. But yeah, that first kill there, Flash, the finalizer. Carly had a really nice sight hold.
Keep it cool. That's how you
We'll see if
survive.
Misfits decides to stay in sight for a lot of these takes, and if EG identifies that, starts kind of overloading the site with the hits that they can provide. Like you said, it's going to be scary. You have the dart coming in along with the keen C, plus more flashes and paranoias. They can overload a site. Towards mid seems to be the play here.
Destroyed.
It looks like B is a hold for quick rotation. Misfits want to be able to track EG here.
Yeah. They've been flashing out, but if there's anyone that knows how to come back from this loss, has to be Misfits. I mean, they've taken things down to OT. Down inside of Lotus. They can hold on to this one as well. Although Lori actually gathering a good bit of information, but 2 initiators surrounding down on A. That's got to be a brutal push waiting.
Oh, Taste. This is the overload. Okay, I don't think Tasty can live here.
Quincy's still waiting around down towards back, and Tasty with a pop flash. Try to at least get one before and everything just comes along. Run and gun from Power. Pixel still manages to work itself out. What is going on, EG? They just run it down on this team.
That was a whole clip fire from hip fire. That's what that was. That was absolutely mowing down opponents. Like we said, is EG going to play the end of OT aggression that they brought to Lotus? And it looks like it.
Nobody's pushing just yet. Not a lot of stall potential as there isn't anything to really stall.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah. Push down. Power Pixel just adding salt into the wound there, but EG, oh man, the lead just gets further and further.
10 now for Evil Geniuses. Power Pixel 1 away from Rolling Thunder. They're going to be able to choose wherever they want to go with that. Actually, they have a lot of ults on deck, so this does not spell good things for the side of Misfits. Whether you kill your opponent or not, you're going to make them stronger for a moment. And that has been used efficiently by Evil Geniuses so far. Timeout now for Misfits. It seems like they're just slow to get moving here with the way that EG's playing the map overall, which means you're going to be slow to trying to get your ults up or being able to use them efficiently combined with anybody else. So I think a lot of the overall game flow is disjointed for Misfits. Not that they're playing it disjointed, but Evil Genius is just being able to take these rounds and deny any success here for the last few rounds for Misfits. I think that's what they're trying to iron out. Get back to that team play we saw from Lotus, where they're big cover on each other, and maybe go for the retake play again. It was pretty aggressive that we got the first round out of them playing in sight, but again, they fell pretty hard to what was almost a bonus round. So maybe back to retake, and back to making those sites theirs from defensive side here. They have a few ults of their own coming up, so if they play this smart, they could be able to turn the game around.
Placing swarm grenade.
Starting to become a hard one to turn around, though, with that economy not looking too great. I mean, 2 more rounds off that match point, and at the speed that we're going, and how everything is looking, and a lot of economy to work with here. Oh. Still Tasty pushed up just ever so slightly.
Right here.
Down towards short, looking for a sheriff pick of a lifetime.
And the freedom EG has to get to these positions like short and to be able to watch for that sheriff pick, it's so much more not having to play against the Sova. They take A like nothing. When was Misfits ever walking down A and kind of just taking it? It was always guarded by Keency or Lori. So the ability for EG to start so close here could be scary.
Ooh. Really saving themselves just enough time. Oh,
What?
the updraft. How did they get away from that? Tasty. They couldn't even see that. That's unfortunate. But again, just knowing how to use the util is Kingsy's game. So do the best they can with the 30 situation. Paint shell allowing Misfits to kind of set back more time, but 30 seconds left. It's got to be a run it down towards B.
Great answer from Misfits there.
30 seconds left.
Aftershock as well as a few nades. They push EG back. You're right. It looks like it's going to have to be towards B. Just a little bit of util here to stave them off, but they're going to make it in and be able to set up defense.
Still star round. Tries to find a lot up in mid. Panday low enough to the point where can breathe on them. Go down.
Right here.
But it's up to Carly. Misfits. And at this point, again, gun advantage isn't there, so the fault line. I mean, Rolling Thunder is going to have to come out to try to create the diversion. A flash left to be used, so there still is a lot of potential here. And they've worked around the back. Misfits turn around a save.
Wow. Carly absolutely crushing it. Coming in through the front side, being able to get that lockdown ready, being in the right place at the right time so Tasty could take the 1v1 insight as well to capitalize on the other end. And it is the retake. It is a bloody retake at that. And bodies everywhere. But they find the win. They find the defuse. Oh my gosh. Carly, absolutely brutal shots to make this count. And oh, the fadeaway, of course. The fadeaway strafe. We saw that from Power Pixel on the entry into A. Just the strafing vandal. Very effective. 10-7 here. As we get to our next round, which would be the 1-8. Oh. Wow.
Placing swamp grenade.
Edith being pretty aggressive there.
Hey, they needed it before the fault line caught them out. It's one or the other at this point. Killed or be killed, and it's the benefits of knowing when to fight, what to do.
EG takes this slow. Even with these, at this low buy, these ultimates could easily secure a round for themselves. So they play this very reminiscent, maybe, to a Cloud9 round. One of the best ecos in... No, I'm just... Old stats from last year. EG moving up here towards C-Long. It is going to be Slandy anchoring like a beast, though. Oh, they're going to look.
Oh, no. Kitsy's on a mission right now as well. Actually, Slandy running away with 2 is going to be huge here for Misfits. Because they've now kind of traded everything back
30 seconds
into
left.
cohesion. They can convert this perfectly. But lockdown, already taken charge. Not a lot of ultimates to use here. Panday needs 2. But even then, they might be able to retrieve it. Oh, shots fired. Tons of damage already being left away in Misfits. They actually might be able to run away with this one. Blade Storm.
One enemy
Not
remaining.
enough to, again, keep that health up.
Oh my gosh.
Keep the victory up. Starbound peeking the angle. Still the 1v2. Fuse will come in through. They're not watching that. They're still actually keeping this preoccupied. Starbound. A Red Bull clutch to take in.
Oh, no. So, I really like the idea of being able to get the defuse and distract Starbound. But this situation works best when Carly isn't diffusing. Because if you jump out, the entire time you're in the air, you're giving Starbound time to aim, right? That's just a strafe out kill. So there was definite miscommunication there on the jump out peak, because that requires to usually be able to take out your opponent. Unfortunate for Misfits, but EG, you saw that dance that Starbound did. Explosive. She's feeling good. Yeah, feeling real good after that round. And that's going to actually break the little bit of a momentum that Misfits might have had, Gompers.
A momentum that was not easy to find in the first place. Honestly, though, Edith with the showstopper, we've seen some really nasty things before, and I think that's what they're working up for here.
Come over here into my utility. It's safe.
Not anymore. All right, the util not getting safe. Kingsy's still at a bad spot. Fulton kind of catching them out as well, but they don't know their backside. Edith doesn't run away with more than one, but it was still a valiant effort.
Andy?
Even 2 players left alive, but Thea holding flank alongside.
2v2.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's good for EG. Carly. They're putting every single piece of util they have down into this round. Misfits need this to avoid that match point from coming through, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, already shots being fired. Carly's location given away, but lockdown is there. It doesn't work out for the best. Panday left alone. 11 seconds left. Spike is in the hands of EG. Actually, they clutched this round up. No, they didn't.
Spike planted.
Oh.
They could push past this. But a risky play. Again, kind of rushing it
Match
a bit
point.
too fast there, but again, desperation really starting to sink in there for Misfits.
Yeah, there's a lot of scattering going on during these plays in Chaos. Like, you can't really do anything else when ults are flying off around you. You're fighting on the edge. There's lockdowns. Like, there was a lot going on in these rounds, and we almost saw Misfits walk away with that just if Thea couldn't grab the spike in time. But yeah, I think a lot of this game has come down to teams just taking everybody out each round, basically. And Evil Geniuses has been able to win a few that mattered when Misfits couldn't get a thrifty out of it, but still kept quite a few of their members alive, which has allowed them to amass this lead. And they're just going as quick as they did before. Wait a minute. Quick breaks.
Ooh.
They're ready.
Yeah, huge push. Just attacking side looking a lot more flawless in that defense. Take the sites pretty easy when it comes down to it. Lucky for Keensy to a fight that wasn't looking so good in the first place, but still keeping that match point. EG taking everybody down left and right. Unless Landy can hit like the nastiest ace you've ever seen. Not so sure now's the time.
Shadows traveling.
Let the judges.
Here it is. The judge ace.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
Attackers win.
But a flawless round from EG to finish things off. 13-7, but a 2-0 series. EG moving forward.
we do see Evil Geniuses take the win on this series. I wonder who they'll be facing. I know it's going to be another spicy match coming up next. I looked at the bracket, but I forgot now. And Misfits showing quite strong throughout Lotus there. The knowledge of timings, the knowledge of movement, how to outplay and read Evil Geniuses. But I think when it came back down to that, Haven, you're riding a bicycle. It's something you've been playing for a long time. It looked like EG was able to dig deep there and just find some different things. A lot of strength from the defense side, which solidified the rounds they needed to get that win on attack. And did it in better fashion than map 1. EG is looking hungry, but Misfits, they are not looking too bad. They, again, are just kind of brushing off that underdog umbrella that hangs over them every game.
Yeah, honestly, I would say too, oh man, EG's performance on the attack just looked more comfortable. And partially that is because Keensy just played so well with everyone else. You know, obviously the Breach Util kind of leading that entry in, but I will say there is someone whose thoughts I want to hear about it, and that is the beautiful, beautiful Sierra Dawn. I missed your face. You look amazing.
You make me blush. You're gonna make me blush. This is EG's moment, not my moment. But you're making this about me. What are you doing here? But well, I'm gonna go cry about that later. But no, fantastic stuff coming out from Evil Geniuses. Of course, Misfits, they're not out of this. This is the double elim bracket. They'll just have a little bit of a different run ahead of them. But for Evil Geniuses, they're coming into this with two different players. They're coming after this after kind of a couple of questions surrounding what they've been doing since VALORANT Game Changers 2. And whatever they've been doing, I don't know, Riv, it's been working. They're looking great.
it has been working. Whether or not that time off made them better or just allowed them to tap into something that literally is ancient power. EG are looking good, and the players they brought on are just falling right into place here. Misfits had a really good idea of how to retake the sites on Lotus, but I don't think they had an answer for what EG brought to Haven, and I think EG can make Haven one of their playgrounds if teams really want to continue to play against them on it. You get Kingsley on Jet, and you're gonna have a tough time, I think, anytime.
Yeah, the Kingsley Raze is dangerous. The Kingsley Jet's dangerous. I think Kingsley's just a dangerous one to go up against. That is for sure. And I'm excited then to see Evil Geniuses in this form then going forward as well, because talking about the then new additions to the squad that we're seeing in Valorant Game Changers 3 and Lori and Starbound, I've also been really excited with what I've seen from them. Starbound going to be picking up the MVP for Haven on that Killjoy. Gomps Starbound whenever Starbound was alive, it just kind of seemed like it was just a little more difficult for Misfits to get anything done.
No, and it really was too. I feel like there was some struggle on the defense, but for some reason Starbound kind of like shined above the rest on the attack, which is like such a weird thing to say for a Sentinel. Which, you know, they did a great job holding sight solo. I did feel like a lot of the time there wasn't any need for like that Sentinel Initiator combination, but when it came down to the attack, it felt like those post plants just felt even sweeter, and it was harder for anybody on Misfits to really do anything. Lockdowns brought out at perfect moments, and again, it really is just the big brain of Starbound.
Well, Evil Geniuses with this 2-map win is not done for today whatsoever. We'll have a chance to see them a little bit later, as well after our Prime Gaming post-match highlights for our interview. Stay tuned. Well, with that win over Misfits, Evil Geniuses are one step closer into making it into the Valorant Game Changers main event. It's a little more serious though, but to talk to me a little bit before that, if you on the line, you've got the win here. It's great stuff. How are you feeling? You're one away from making it to the main event.
Yeah, feeling great. I'm really proud of my team, especially for closing it out on map 1, which was their pick. So yeah, I'm just super happy, super proud of my team.
This version of Evil Geniuses right now is looking so strong. What has the team been up to since Game Changers 2? Because on paper, it doesn't really look like there's been much happening, but once we get into the maps, obviously you guys are pretty crisp. Something's working.
Yeah, so we have, as you can see, 2 new players. So we're basically like a brand new team. We also have a new IGL picking it up. Yeah, honestly, we've just been grinding for the past 2 weeks together, and it's been going great. We're super happy with how our progress so far is looking.
And how'd the conversation come about for you to be IGLing? How are you enjoying it so far?
I'm loving it, honestly. I absolutely love every single one of my teammates has 100% trust in me, and my coach Jovi has been helping me throughout the whole process of just like learning, you know, how to communicate and be a leader and make good calls, and I am loving it. I'm having so much fun, and the team is on one.
They're flourishing right now under your IG alliance. So great stuff there. And you mentioned the 2 new additions to the squad as well in Lori and Starbound. How has that changed the dynamic of the team? Because we've already gotten to see some really strong gameplay from them today.
Lori and Starbound are 2 absolutely insane pickups. Honestly, they're possibly the best teammates like I've ever had. This team is so strong, and honestly, we have so much firepower and so much brain power. It's like it's unreal. Like our future is looking super promising with the squad we have, and like the little amount of practice time we had, like we're looking really good. So I'm very excited with this roster.
Well, keep crushing it out there because it's been so much fun to watch. One final thing, because you're one away from the main event, but do you have any final words before your match up against Shopify?
No, I just think, we're gonna play our game, they're gonna play theirs, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Well, thank you for chatting with me. Best of luck, all right?
Thank you.
For us, we're going to be able to follow Evil Geniuses as they try and qualify for the main event, but they have to be taking down Shopify Rebellion next. We're going to be right back after a short break.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro. Sean.
Do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.